Hello, PBA LBC League Bowlers. Once again, I'm Neil Stremmel, your PBA Director of Rules and Equipment. And today I'm joined by Jerry Penxa, who is here from JoPo Grips. He's the owner and designer of JoPo Grips. Jerry, I know JoPo Grips has been around for about 6 years now. You've been with the PBA most of that time. I'm just curious about your product and what it can do for our league bowlers out there. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, so the interchangeable is a product that people can use to have the same thumb from ball to ball. There are other companies that do the same thing that I do, but we came up with our design to see if the bowlers would like to use a different design.
So it has a similar feel for every ball. You can put it from ball to ball and get that same feel. And I can tell you from a PBA's perspective, they want to be able to switch balls and just know they're going to have that same feel and have that confidence when they just switch from a ball to a ball, as opposed to having different thumbs in each ball. Now you're switching balls, you're going to have a different feel, and that changes the whole mentality from a PBA's perspective. But from a league perspective, is that just helpful because you have so many different balls in league, and then you can switch from one to the other? So
the same thing. I mean, it's less for a league bowler to be using thumbs, probably because they don't carry as many bowling balls around. But it's the same concept. You can drill a bowling ball with the same hole in there, and after you work them out, you can't get the exact same size. So this allows you to find your perfect thumb that you like and be able to switch from ball to ball.
Yeah, that sounds great. That from a league perspective, when I go to league or I go to tournaments, there's also the field where you're changing from week to week, and this week it's raining, and so I actually would have a couple different thumbs because this is if it's more humid, I'm going to go with my larger thumb or something like that. Do you see that out of a lot of the league bowlers out there?
Absolutely. So the more games you bowl, the more that your thumb goes up and down. Same thing with temperature and environment. Sometimes when you go out of state to a different tournament, the environment's different. You're in a different altitude, different temperatures. So it's nice to have that couple extra thumbs so you can fit the sizes that you need for that particular day.
That's great. And so for the league bowlers out there, how does this thumb then go in and out of the ball, in and out of different balls?
So I have one right here, and I'll show you how the product works. So I designed this thing with a threaded feature here, along with 3 locking tabs. What you're going to do is you're going to be able to put this thing in, and you're going to find itself, and you're going to spin this thing in. It's going to get down to the bottom, and the threads are what's holding in this right now. So once you get down, if you click this thing in, it will be seated at the bottom. And the good thing about this product too, there's a designed spring in the bottom. It's just plastic, but it pushes against the bottom of the inner, which puts all the load on the threads. So when it's all the loads on the threads, there is no movement in this thing, and it feels like a solid slug.
All right, so I understand where you're coming from on that. And then it's not going to unthread while you're using it, so it's going to feel solid every time, and it goes to the same spot every time, so it always feels the same.
Yeah, so when you go to do this, it's going to click in. Actually, the load is not on the actual tabs, it's on the threads.
Yeah.
So imagine putting a nut on a bolt. If you put a nut on a bolt and screw it out, try to pull it off straight off, it won't come off. You actually have to unthread it. So without this even being clicked in, it will not come out of your bowling ball. But clicked in, it'll stay in your bowling ball, and then if you want to remove it, you can take this off and put it in your other bowling balls. And I have another thing here too, is for the people who have a hard time snapping this thing in with their thumb, we have a tool that has a slot in the bottom. You can literally find the bottom here and then click it in with the twist tool if you can't get it in with your thumb.
All right, so easy in, easy out, and get a consistent grip every week. So the league bowlers out there, you're going to have a good consistent feel every week. You can go from ball to ball and not have concern. You can have multiple thumbs depending on temperature, humidity, how much you bowl, etc. So those are the kind of things that are important to me. I hope the league bowlers out there have learned something. We'll talk about some more JoPo products in the next few weeks. But hey, Jerry, thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. And league bowlers out there, don't forget to support our sport. Thank you.